Hello, everyone.
Hello.
God bless you. We thank God for this grand occasion, for the Lord, who is not only the head of my life, but Jesus is my life. Sister Collins and the committee for inviting me to speak and to share some words with you on tonight. My son Arrington, who's here with us, my beautiful wife of 35 years, come this June. Thank God for them being with us tonight. The theme, as I understand it, of this program this evening is one dream, one nation, moving forward together.
All right.
I asked the Lord, what is it that he would have for me to say to you on this evening? And he said, I want you to let them know that the curse has been broken.
All right.
So that now we can live together and manifest one dream as one nation moving forward
All right.
together. You see, because as I reflect upon the work and the life of Dr. Martin Luther King, and even more specifically on the events of August 28, 1963, Dr. King gave a speech
Yes.
that we're all in this room familiar with,
Oh, yes.
wherein he said, I have a dream.
Yes.
And in that speech, he was not talking about a series of thoughts and ideas that a person might have during sleep.
All right.
That is not the definition of the dream that he had, but rather what he was espousing was cherished ambitions, cherished ideals and aspirations
Okay.
for a people, for a nation. And when we think about that dream, most of the time, when we think about the speech, we tend to look at it from three angles or perspectives. We think about it in terms of its manifest content. Number two, in terms of its latent content. And number three, in terms of the oratory splendor of the speaker.
Yes. Talk about it.
Sigmund Freud was the person who coined the term manifest content. What Freud said was that manifest content of a dream is the specifics of the dream. So in the context of Dr. King's speech, it would be the words that he spoke on that day.
All right.
When he said, I have a dream
Yes.
that my 4 little children would one day live in a a nation that would judge them not
Right.
by the color of their skin, but by the character, by their character. He said, I have a dream today. That's the manifest content.
Break it down.
On the other hand, Dr. Freud says that we also have latent content when we dream. The latent content would deal with how the manifest content might be exercised in the world of reality. For example, how might Dr. King's dream manifest itself in the political sphere of today's society?
Yes.
How would Dr. King's dream present itself when it comes to criminal justice reform, banking institutions, and their lending practices, the home market, school and educational institutions? That's latent content. Anybody getting any of this?
Yes.
We can get excited about that. It was good. Latent content. And thirdly, oratory splendor. When we watch video movies of Dr. King, we know that he was a great orator.
Yes.
A great speaker. Oh, we're just immersed in his oratory capabilities. His elocution was superior,
Yes.
second to none. But I came to let you know tonight that the dream that Dr. King espoused was not about simply the manifest content. It wasn't just what he said. It wasn't just about the latent content, the implications of the content or of the words. It wasn't just about his style, his panache, his dashing elegance, his elocution, the art of public speaking. No. It was beyond that. Dr. King knew something that we've missed, Elder Collins. And the Lord showed it to me.
Yes.
As he showed it to Dr. King. Now, Dr. King has already done the hard work. He's done the heavy work for us. I'm simply going to shed some light on it tonight so that you can see it as I see it. So are you ready to go?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Here we go. So now what Dr. King did was this. Dr. King went over, before he wrote his I Have a Dream speech, before he spoke those words, he went over to the book of Genesis in the 37th chapter. Now, every preacher in here know about Genesis 37, because we know that in that text we find a story that most of us that have gone to church in this place know, the story of Joseph. And it's a good story. Many of us have preached on the life and the times and the events of Joseph in that text. And so we know that Joseph was a man of dreams, and all over America, I'm sure today, this weekend, tonight, people are comparing the dream of Joseph and the dream of King. But that's not what's essential here. But Dr. King looked at it. He looked at the story. He knew that Joseph told his dream to his family, and his brothers got upset. They were jealous of him and wanted to kill him and wanted to kill the dreamer. Sold him into slavery. Was taken to Egypt. Put in bondage. Had the vicissitudes of life, the downs and the ups. Ultimately was found second in command to the Pharaoh there. We know the story. But Dr. King went beyond that and showed us something that we've missed. Watch this. Dr. King studied the brothers of Joseph.
All right.
You see, there were 11 of them.
Okay.
But for tonight, 2 of them reign significant for what we're doing here.
All right.
The first one was son number 3. His name was Levi. Levi. It's the same Levi that the writer of Hebrews mentions in the 7th chapter, wherein he talks about Abraham giving the tithe to Melchizedek. And that through that process, Levi gave the tithe to Melchizedek, even while within the loins of Abraham. Let me say that again for those who may not be theological scholars. Here's what I just said. I just said that Levi hadn't even been born yet. He was in the loins of Abraham. But when Abraham, y'all want to come on in. But when Abraham, come on in. Come on in. Oh, come on in. Praise the Lord. Have a seat. Come on. But when Abraham gave the choicest of the spoil, the top, the 10% off the table, he just give 10%. He gave when you study it in the Greek language and in the Old Testament Hebrew language, when you study it in Aramaic, what Abraham did to Melchizedek was that he gave 10% of the choicest of the spoil. He took away the bad stuff and gave 10% of the best to Melchizedek. Melchizedek being a type and example of Jesus Christ, letting us know both from the Old Testament and in Hebrew, which is New Testament, that we now are to tithe to the ministry of Jesus Christ. And so as a result of Abraham showing us the way in the Old Testament, it is spoken of in the New Testament, Hebrews, God then blessed Levi through what Abraham did. So when you look at the lineage of Levi, brother number 3, you see who came after him. You see Aaron. You see Moses coming after Levi. 2 prominent names in biblical history. The Levitical priesthood made that lineage. Levitical priests in the household of God. Isn't that something? Isn't that a blessing? Well, look at brother number 4. Brother number 4. His name was Judah. This is what Dr. King knew. Dr. King knew this. We didn't know it. It's not what Dr. King said in August 28th, 1963. It's what Dr. King did when he looked at Judah Genesis 37. Here's what it said that Judah did. What's the lineage of Judah? What's the lineage of David? Y'all ever heard of David?
Yes.
What's the lineage of Judah? You ever heard of who the Lion of Judah is? Who is that?
Jesus.
Jesus. That's the lineage of Judah. Look at what Judah did. Do you think that what Judah therefore did would be significant to his heritage? Do you think that would be significant to his lineage? Do you think if what Abraham did was significant to Levi and what Levi did would be significant to his lineage? Well, then what Judah did was significant to his lineage. Here's what Judah did. When Judah looked over and saw his brother, he couldn't see him because he was on the top of the ground. Joseph was in the ground, in a well, in a dry well, in a hole that his brothers had put him in because they wanted to kill him. But Reuben said, no, let's not kill him. Oldest brother, he said, let's put him in the hole because the Bible says that Reuben had planned on going back and getting him out. But Judah, he thought about it, and he saw this band of Ishmaelites coming, heading for Egypt. He said, hey, brothers, rather than killing Joseph, why don't we sell him into bondage? Why shed his blood? He's still our brother. Didn't the word say? He's still our brother. So why do that? Why not just sell him into bondage? In other words, we can sell him. What profit? Here's what King James said. What profit is it in killing him? In shedding his blood. What profit? And then trying to hide it. What profit is it for us in that? Well, let's just sell him into slavery. See, the thinking is that if we sell him into slavery, then we get paid, and then the caravan, they can take him on into Egypt, and then they can sell him there, and they can get paid, and so we can wash our hands of him. We don't have to worry about the dream anymore. And the brothers agreed, the Bible says. So what happened? They sold their brother. They sold their brother for 20 pieces of silver. That's what it says in King James. That's 20 shekels of silver. Now, back in those days, 20 shekels of silver, that'd be worth about $400 in biblical times. About $400. But what's the date? January the what?
21st.
January 21st,
2019.
2019, that 20 shekels of silver is worth, in the United States, $5.41. So now can you imagine them selling their brother for $5.41, putting them in slavery for $5.41 in today's terms. And when Judah did that, when he spoke those words, what Judah did was he spoke a curse on his lineage. He spoke a curse. That's what Dr. King understood that we've missed. Let's just go a little bit further. Judah, what happened to Judah? If you go and study the story of Judah, the tribe of Judah, there were 12 tribes of Israel. And Judah was the tribe that served as the praise warriors. Judah, it means praise. They were the praise warrior. Judah was the ones that got out in front of the other tribes. When there was battle, time to fight, they got out in front. And they sang praises, and they jumped and they shouted so loud that many times the enemy would turn against themselves and kill each other. Come on, somebody who knows the word. And then they could go to battle and kill the rest of them because they were praise warriors. What happened to Judah? Well, they backslid. Fell into sin. They married women and others that they shouldn't have married. They started turning their back against God. He allowed them to go into captivity to Babylon and other places. Finally, by 70 A.D., the Italians came in. You know as the Roman Empire. Anybody know Romans in Italy? They're the Italians. And they came in and ran the rest of the tribes, the 12 tribes, ran them out, and the tribe of Judah ran into Central Africa. Somebody better follow me right now, because I'm getting ready to teach you something. So the tribe of Judah left Israel and fled into Central Africa. Now, in Africa, there was a region known as the Gold Coast. It was that way. The Gold Coast was over there. Now, that was gold all over Africa, but it was only in the Gold Coast where the traders from Europe, from Spain, and from England were allowed to come and get gold from the Gold Coast, so that they wouldn't rape the whole country of its gold. They were only allowed to go to the Gold Coast and get gold. Somebody say amen. And then the next part was called the Ivory Coast. Oh, that was ivory all across Africa. They had elephants all over the place. But only in the Ivory Coast could the Europeans get ivory to take it to wherever they want to take it. That was called the Ivory Coast. Who remember studying this in school? But here's what they didn't teach you in school, that Dr. Kemp is getting ready to teach you right now. In the central part of Africa, that had two names. That was called the Kingdom of Judah. The other tribes were spread out in other parts of Africa. But Judah landed in the central portion of Africa in the area known as the Kingdom of Judah. It had a second name as well. The second name was the Slave Coast. It was from the Slave Coast. Those of you who know history and who taught history know that only from the Slave Coast were Europeans allowed to gather people and take them onto the ships into slavery. Who did they take? They took the tribe of Judah. That's why you may hear from teachers that the Africans sold the other Africans into slavery. You know that didn't make no sense. They sold people into slavery who were not from their land originally, who were inhabitants, but who were not originally native of that country. They sold into slavery to the people from Spain, to the people from England, the tribe of Judah. Why? Because they had the same mindset as the people of Egypt, that those are the praise warriors. Them people singing, and they'll fight. And they are multiplying. from them. How do we profit from them? By selling them into captivity, just like Judah sold his brother into captivity. So that's the corridor that you know or heard about, where the slaves were then sent from Africa onto the ships. And I know you were taught 1619 Jamestown, but I'm here to tell you that if you study your history, that there was slavery in America in the 1500s. They came and took Judah and put them on the ships and took them to South Carolina and set up an outpost in South Carolina. And Judah spread all across the South. Down in Bahamas, y'all like to go on the ship to the Bahamas. That's Judah people down there. And in North Carolina, where I'm from, that's Judah folk. And in South Carolina, Judah and Georgia and Alabama, and y'all don't know what I'm Tennessee, that's Judah. Why y'all ain't understanding this? Somebody about to catch it. Why y'all think black folk look? Why do you think black people love Jesus so much? Why do you think we can play the way we play? Why do you think we can sing the way we sing? Why do you think we can dance the way we dance? Why do you think we move the way we move? Because we're the praise dancers. Why do you think we can play basketball the way we play ball? Oh, Dr. Kimpton. Why do you think we can run that J the way we run? Why do you think we can box the way we box? Oh, my sport, wrestling. Oh, I love wrestling. I'm 59 years old, 60 this year. 60-year-old this year. Come on, let's get on the mat. I'll go with you. I wrestled high school and at North Carolina A&T. Why do you think we're so good with the LeBron James and all them guys? Because we warriors.
Warriors. Yes, Lord. You better talk about
We praise warriors.
Yes, Lord.
The curse of Judah was to put us in bondage. But I'm here tonight to let you know that the words of Dr. King, what he understood was that not that he just needed to say some words and to give a speech, but that what he did, what he wanted to do, and what he actually accomplished was to reverse the curse that Judah put us under. That's why. Now you understand